The Staples Center, a venue which just 4 months ago saw two of the world's greatest heavyweights light up the world.
Heavyweight division, alive and well.
An unthinkable comeback fight which, for one British fighter, won the hearts of casual and hardcore fans alike.
This is boxing!
And now, whilst the narrative is slightly different, another Manchester-born fighter returns to accomplish the unthinkable. Given no chance by social media critics, April 12th could spark one of the biggest upsets in recent boxing history.
If he wins, it will be one of the great moments in British sport, not just British boxing, and I know he'll be giving it absolutely everything.
Anthony $1 Million Crolla sets his sights on a man who continues to galvanize the sweet science.
You've got to remember with Lomachenko, he doesn't come to knock you out, he comes to embarrass you.
The fastest three-weight world champion and one of the sport's greatest amateurs. A night which, no doubt about it, will require a career-best performance from the Brit.
The dream night!
Though, a man with nothing to lose is a very dangerous man. And fortune favors the brave. With the WBA and WBO lightweight belts on the line, we see the too familiar tale of heart and aggression versus skills and speed.
And a knockdown scored with a sweeping punch from the center. Stunning from Anthony Crolla. What a performance!
High tech versus $1 Million. Vasyl Lomachenko versus Anthony Crolla. Welcome to a Motivadia presentation. An old-school mentality coupled with a new-school flair and skill set. Vasyl Lomachenko, from a purist perspective, is simply mesmerizing.
It's the ones close to you that you gotta watch. Make sure you leave it everything you brought. Pirates on the yacht, give me what you got. I'm eating good, but still I like to stir the pot.
A man who loves to learn, made clear by his varied techniques, his extracurricular, and his speedy grasp of the English language. And whilst April 12th will be just his 14th walk to the ring as a professional, he has already made his mark on the sweet science. When he beat Linares last year, he became a three-weight champion in no more than 12 pro fights.
Everything's on fire.
Now, continuing his path into the Boxing Hall of Fame, he looks to emulate the success of his friend and cruiserweight counterpart, Alexander Usyk.
Everything's on fire.
The bout is considered by many to be a stay-busy fight for Lomachenko, a stepping stone, while some of the latest threats lay in wait. Though, humble as always, the Ukrainian continues to play down the chance of his next opponent becoming yet another no mas on his record.
April 12th will be very hard, and I just show my best style and my best skill. I just do what I can.
And rightly so, as fighters are taught never to look past their opponents and are only considered as good as their last win. A night where Lomachenko, returning from a shoulder injury, heard the final bell for the first time in over 4 years. Though, under no illusions, his Manchester opponent is well aware of the monumental task ahead.
One of the biggest upsets in British boxing history, and it would go down in boxing history as well. As a boxing fan, that's huge motivation for me.
Everything's on fire.
And going in as the underdog, he claims, only adds fuel to the fire.
The other week saying about the odds, Crolla's this big underdog. I said, well, just tell me when Anthony Crolla was a favourite for a fight.
These are the kind of fights that I got involved in the sport for at the age of 10 years old. These are the fights that I've worked hard for, what I've dreamt about, and it's almost time.
Everything's on fire.
He comes into the fight on the back of 3 solid wins against Burns, Ramirez, and Jordan, to what could be his last crack at the big time.
Lomachenko is pound for pound the best fighter in the whole wide world. And if you want to go up against him, you should be commended because you're relishing the challenge.
And after seeing his former opponent have some success against Lomachenko, despite being short-lived, he will go into the fight with confidence.
He's almost without any weaknesses, but there is some, and I've got to go out there and try my very best to expose them.
Trained in the thriving Gallagher gym, promoted by Eddie Hearn and going into his 12th year as a pro, it's now or never for Crolla.
Lomachenko isn't, for me, a dangerous fighter. He's just technically probably the most gifted fighter on the planet. But he knows the tasks that he has in front of him, and we'll be there, willing him on every inch of the way.
With a record of 34-6-3, he will come into the fight as the taller, longer-reaching of the two. In fact, height and reach-wise, the Brit will stand almost identical to Lomachenko's 10th opponent, Miguel Marriaga.
Miguel, el Escorpión Marriaga!
A man who was tied in knots by the Ukrainian before his corner threw in the towel in round 7.
Fight is over. Marriaga will take no more.
Marriaga allowed himself to be backed up and hit clean by Lomachenko, something which Crolla simply cannot afford.
Tempting Marriaga, breaking his will every which way.
A high work rate, bully tactics, and aggressive style will be crucial on the night to have any success at all.
He's just being thrown to the lion's den to face Lomachenko. He's going to have too many skills, too sharp, too quick, and just school him.
And hitting such an agile moving target, where fighters such as Walters and Rigondeaux failed, will require something very special.
He's trained for dexterity, both physical and mental.
You know, there's nothing that he can do right now besides hold.
With just a year separating the two fighters, age will be of little importance. Though, which fighter remains more active and energetic will be one of the most crucial factors of the night.
Joe Gallagher tactically has got this right. Get on him, get in the eye of the storm. You're not going to beat this fella trying to run and hide.
Ultimately, it's sink or swim. Standing opposite a man with some of the best footwork, movement, and precision in the entire sport.
Oh my gosh. The uppercut was right on the button. The right hook was perfect. Straight left hand landed on the chin. His accuracy is growing as the fight goes on.
Much like Tony Bellew 6 months ago, Crolla will feel what it's like at the very pinnacle of the game.
There's 3-4 ways to beat Lomachenko, you know.
What are they?
But I can't say.
You're not giving away the secrets.
No, absolutely not.
And on the way up, Teofimo Lopez is expected to be ringside to the bout. Back-flipping flair and bone-crunching power, one of the sport's hottest prospects, alongside some other huge punchers, including the likes of Richard Kami, Mikey Garcia, and Gervonta Davis. The list of potential opponents for Lomachenko keeps getting hotter and hotter.
I don't fear no man besides God. I don't respect no man besides my father. So it's all said and done, who is Lomachenko to me?
Lomachenko is something special. And Lomachenko, I think can handle any lightweight around.
I've just never seen anybody fight with the skill level that he has and the ability and how he diminishes fighters and take everything away from them.
In Los Angeles on the 12th, it will put the two-time Olympian under the magnifying glass once again.
And I won't be going in there just to share the ring with him. Some people, again, will have their opinions, but I go in there with a belief I can pull off a massive upset.
Mentally tough. Once you think you've solved Lomachenko and what he can do, he does something else. But we're going in there, we're not going in there just to turn up.
Will it be an all-out masterclass, or can Crolla bring the heat? Will the Ukrainian prove to be too high-tech, or can the $1 Million Man pull off the unthinkable?